Hello everyone, in this video we will be discussing about the tensile testing of O-rings. So we will be doing the testing of the mechanical strength properties for the O-rings. So it is important to understand that why these are used and why it is important to check the reliability of these kind of component. So these are the O-rings. Okay, so this is the after test sample and this is how it looks. So what is the purpose of an O-ring? The purpose of O-ring is to check to keep a check on the leak proof system. Okay, we have space industry, we have automotive industry which use these O-rings to make their component leak proof. If I talk about the ACs, the HVACs, for their leak proof air conditioning system, these O-rings are fitted in the components so that if any kind of leakage is happening, or if I talk about automotive industry, any kind of grease and oil is not leaking from the component, so these O-rings are fitted in between the two components so that from the surfaces or the corners the leakage issue is not happening. So it is very important for these O-rings to have the good mechanical reliability because they undergo the tension, too much expansion while they are in the application. So during those things, even if I talk about the space industry, so in the cryogenic industry, these are under a very cool conditions, so this has a property of getting contract because these are rubber kind of thing in nature. So to check the tension, compression of these things, it is important to have a proper standardization of these things. So a universal testing machine can help in detecting the mechanical strength properties of O-ring, and even now the industries are checking the O-rings from those kind of industries who has a proper audit and the testing of their and the proof of their specific result of these O-ring. If the standard are not meeting to these industry, then they don't take from there. So it is for the compliance of ASTM D1414. So in that standard, when you will see so many tests for O-ring mechanical reliability will be, and even the environmental reliability of the sample will be there, like the tension set test. So right now which I will be using is a tensile testing on the O-rings. Okay, so I have made, we have these kind of specimen which Presto has made for these kind of O-rings. Okay, we have to fix this O-ring in between these grippers like this. So we will fix it and then we will make a profile, for example a standardized speed I will set for it, and then we will compress, and then we will perform a tension test on this at a fixed speed of 50 to 500 mm per minute as per the sample specification. We will stretch it and see that at which load the sample breaks. So it will give you the tensile properties of the sample. So you will see different kind of testing in this, and one such testing is a tension set testing, in which it is said that we have to elongate the sample to 100%, and then machine should have the capability to hold the sample for a fixed duration of time. So that time in the standard is written 10 minutes. So after 100% elongation, we have to see that the sample has teared, broken or cracked during this elongated condition. So that is a kind of testing that is also known as proof load testing, to see that if sample is at a stable position and under the stress for a fixed duration of time, what is the impact on the sample. So then we have to see the deflection on that sample. So this is how tension set test is performed. Right now we are performing the tensile testing in a conventional method, which generally we perform for checking the failure load of the sample, that we are performing. Now this is the Presto Universal Strength Testing Machine software, that is Zeus Ultimo. So here we will make a proper profile. We'll go in the tensile mode. If the kind of testing I'm saying proof test for whole load, then we have to go in this mode, cyclic, for the proof test. Right now we are performing the tensile test at the failure mode, and I will be setting the customer name, the address, material we are using, O-ring. You can write anything else you want. Load limit we have set, then travel limit 300 mm per minute and speed 500 mm per minute. Now we will be performing the test. Let me just change this also. So now you can see the sample has started stretching and the sample has broken at 39 kgs and it has gone back to its original home position. So after that we will interpret the result also. So after going to, so what all are the result which we have seen right now. So we can see the peak load and the elongation here. So we can see that here the peak load is 39.6 kgs, the brake load is also 39.6 kgs, elongation it has elongated to 42 mm. Okay, and yield load, everything, the tensile strength, elongation percentage, everything will be calculated here. Now coming on to the result interpretation. So we can see the sample here. The sample is this kind of O-ring. Okay, so this was a customized kind of sample. If I talk about other kind of O-ring which is in a proper circular shape. So how to check the result? The result is force divided by the area. So for an circular sample, the cross-sectional area has to be taken. So this diameter has to be multiplied with the, this particular diameter has to be multiplied with the cross-section of this. What is cross-section? This thing. This. So this, or you can call it as the thickness also, but not exactly thickness. So this thing and this thing. So it covers the overall thickness. This one and this one has to be multiplied, and above in the numerator it is at the peak load. So it means 39.6 divided by the this diameter multiply with this thickness. So this is how tensile strength is calculated. That could be in MPa or the Newton per mm square or in kg per centimeter square. So this is how tensile strength is calculated. So generally the peak load is, brake load is something we need to see, and any sample which could bear more than this will be considered as good sample or as per the standard. So this kind of graph also you can see. So this is how we can perform the tensile strength testing on the O-rings. Okay, we have already understood the purpose and the industry which uses this. So for more such information and testings, you can contact Presto. Thank you so much.